Good morning, everyone, and welcome to week 3 of the People Stack New Year's Challenge, also known as the Achieving Career Transformation in 2019 Challenge. And we have officially moved offices here at the People Stack. And so I am facing a wonderful window. I can see outside, and there's some light coming behind me. And in case you're wondering what that is, that powerful piece of furniture, that is, let me go this way. That is Rob's battle station, courtesy of IKEA. All of that is IKEA. Well, at least the gray part of it anyway. And then he put some lights up there, and he's got the double monitor thing going on. So Rob totally geeks out about having, an awesome workspace. Mine's pretty cool too, if I do say so myself. But that's Rob's battle station. So he, so if you were to book a call with us, he is one of the people you might speak with. He's my husband. He's also the head career coach and the CTO at the People Stack. He also has a day job as VP of engineering. So he's not here right now, but today, with his battle station as a reminder of him in the background, we're going to talk about analyzing. This is week 3 of Achieving Career Transformation in 2019. So we have, just as a quick reminder, I'll go over here as a quick reminder of a check-in. You can see the rest of the room. See, I have, so this is my battle station. You can see it. There we go. That's what my desk looks like. And I got the window there. It's awesome. Okay, but that's not what I wanted to show you. Really, what I really wanted to show you was this again. So we can do this quick check-in to remind ourselves where we are. So we've done clarify. We've gotten clarity. What is the biggest career-related challenge in my career right now? Is it that I am looking to earn a promotion or to earn a raise? Am I on the job market because I need to get out of my terrible job and land that OMG hell yes job at that hell yes salary, by the way? Or is it that I like where I am and I'm not really sure that I want to go up for a promotion quite yet? I haven't quite gotten there yet. Or maybe you're happy where you are in your role. You're just working way too many hours. And working 50, 60, 80-hour weeks is not what life is supposed to be. So you want to work fewer hours. You have that clarity. And then you've built a solid foundation by evangelizing, by networking, by systematizing. We talked about that last week. So we built that solid foundation. So we're not building our careers on a house of cards, but instead we're building that network and we're evangelizing at work. And so we're getting people, behind us and celebrating with us, and we're together, we can do this. And we're systematizing. We're taking a look. What do I have as a workflow system right now so that I can work fewer hours? What do I have as a networking system right now so I can get connected with decision makers who are going to connect me with that better job? And what do I have in terms of an evangelizing system so that I can really and truly evangelize my excellence and the excellence of my team, and really just raise the energy and raise all of the wonderful stuff and all the wonderful outcomes and performance of everyone. So now this week, we're going to analyze. It's basically a check-in to see how is our system working. Is it working? Is it not? And to really kind of identify what might need tweaking. So we'll talk about these 3 things. If you're on the promotion path or on the getting a raise path, you're going to be tracking the number of advocates that you have. If you're on the job market, you're going to be tracking the number of leads. And if you want to work fewer hours, surprise, surprise, you're going to be tracking the number of hours that you work. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about that. Let me head back over. It's a little bit uncomfortable to sit in that position. I'm going to get back in my comfy chair. Okay. So what you're analyzing, and by the way, the reason that we analyze is because, again, we need to do a system check. Because if you're not checking in on the efficacy, the efficiency of the systems that you're building, then you might as well not build systems at all. You might as well just wing it and cross your fingers and hope that a better career is going to land in your lap, hope that a promotion is going to land in your lap, or that job is going to land in your lap. And I know that's not what you want to do. The reason that you're here is you want to do this more purposefully. You want to do this, you want to build a career with purpose, on purpose. You want to be in the driver's seat. And so being in the driver's seat means tracking some metrics. It means analyzing. And so it doesn't need to be complicated, right? Keep it simple, superhero. We follow the KISS principle here. But there are some very simple but very powerful numbers that you can track depending on what your biggest career-related challenge is right now. And so I'm going to go one by one, challenge by challenge. So challenge number one is either that you're looking to earn a promotion, you feel you know that you deserve a promotion, and so you're on that promotion path, or that you are on that getting a raise path, that you have been working underpaid for far too long, and it's time for you to systematically do what's necessary in order to finally get paid what you're worth. So with that, what you're going to track, you're basically tracking the effectiveness, the effectiveness and efficiency of your why is my net? This is because like sometimes I just have like, what word am I looking for here? Of your evangelizing system. And with that, you're going to track the number of advocates that you have. What is an advocate? An advocate is a person who knows you, who likes you, who trusts you. This is a person at work who knows you, likes you, and trusts you, and is going to go to bat for you. This person is going to say, heck yeah, Jane deserves a raise. Oh yeah, absolutely. You know, Louis is someone who I would unreservedly recommend for this promotion. Let's do it. Let's make this happen. So those are advocates. Advocates are typically people like your boss's boss, maybe your counterpart on another team, you know, coworkers who may be the same level as you, but can absolutely advocate for you. They are your true, they're your team within your team, right? So you have your team, your team of geeks, your team of data analysts, your team of software engineers, whoever that might be, your team of UI, UX experts, whoever it is that you're leading, you have that team. But you also have that team of people that you work with that are like your counterparts and leadership and senior leadership who you're working together to bring this all to another level. And so you want to count right now, you know, how many advocates do I have? True advocates. We have a really high bar here at the People Stack. It doesn't serve you to set a low bar and to say, yeah, well, you know, my boss, it's an okay relationship. Like, as long as I do what he says, right? Yeah, I have a great relationship with my boss, but we don't, you know, yeah, I mean, we don't talk about getting a promotion, but yeah, sure, I have a great relationship with my boss, but I would never talk with him. I'm really uncomfortable talking with him about wanting that promotion or that raise. It doesn't serve you to count that person as an advocate, because that person is not going to be an advocate, and it's only just going to blow up in your face later when you actually have those conversations. So set a high bar for yourself here in terms of who is really an advocate. If, you know, say your boss's boss, maybe that person is a CIO or a CTO or a VP or something like that. If the idea of talking to that person about, you know, saying that I would like to get a promotion someday, and this is, or within the next 6 months, and this is what I'm shooting for career-wise, this is what I'm shooting for salary-wise. I want to see myself earning 20% more within the next 6 months to a year. What can you do to help me achieve that? If the idea of talking to that person and having that conversation with that person just gives you hives and makes you want to run for the hills, that person is not your advocate. Versus somebody else, who's like, oh yeah, absolutely, I can have that conversation. Now, a little bit of an aside, if the idea of having that conversation and talking about money, talking about getting a promotion with anyone just makes you want to curl into a ball and not ever live again and not ever adult again, you know, then there's something else going on, and it's about building that confidence and building that skill set in talking about money and evangelizing your excellence. So that's something separate. But count your advocates. If you're on the promotion path, if you're on the getting a raise path, ideally you want at least 4 or 5. More is better. So if you don't have at least 4 or 5, you want to go back to the previous step and evangelize more and gain those advocates by not only communicating, these are my career goals, this is my goal for within this organization, like individually, but these are our team goals, and here's how I've helped to add value in the past, and get more advocates, gain them, earn them, right? They're not just given to you. And then if you're on the promotion path, you want to count your leads. How many leads do you have? These are people who can connect you with decision makers, the decision makers for a hell yes job. So these may be people like a recruiter who's like, yeah, I think you're a great fit for this position. Let's just chat, and then I'm going to have you go talk with the hiring manager. That's a good lead. That could be a great lead, as long as it's for a hell yes job. Because we're not settling here. You're not here to settle. You're not here to take the same job and look for the same job that you have right now. You're here to stretch and move up at least one level. Move up at least one step. So if you're settling and it's like a, meh, I'm kind of excited, but I could do better kind of job, then that person doesn't count as a lead, because it's not leading you toward the thing that you want and deserve, and it's not leading you toward your dream. So that's a lead. Again, have a very high bar, high quality lead. And it could be a connection with a hiring manager, her or himself, right? Where it's like, okay, yeah, I'm hiring for a job and let's talk. And it's an awesome job that you're super excited about. It makes you want to do jumping jacks and cartwheels and 20 burpees or whatever you're physically capable of, or could at least imagine in your mind, you know? And those are leads. Those are great leads. A friend of a friend or a colleague or a frolic who's like, yeah, I think they're hiring. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll let you know. That's not a lead. That's not a lead. That's a pre-lead. You know, it's a possibility of a lead, but don't count that as a lead. Don't kid yourself. So you want to count your leads. Again, you want to shoot for around at least 4 or 5. More is better. If you don't have that, guess what? You need to go back and tweak your networking system and network to get more leads. And then if you want to work fewer hours, this is in some ways the easiest, but it's deceptively easy. So it's actually really hard. Obviously, you're going to count your number of work hours, right? How many hours am I working? And then compare it to whatever your target is. For me, and what I would suggest is to shoot for 40 hours a week or less, 8 hours a day or less, and check in and see where you are. And when you're counting your work hours, make sure you include your commute time. Unless your commute time is like, you really truly love it and it doesn't feel like work and it just doesn't feel right at all to count it like work, because it's not, then don't count it. But otherwise, by default, we count commute time as part of work hours. I had a friend, a little bit of an aside, I had a friend when I was in grad school, she wrote her dissertation on commute, the commuting stress. And there has been a lot of science, a lot of scientific literature out there about how commuting is stressful, and that people often don't even think about that when they're counting their work hours, when they're thinking about the stresses in their everyday life and in their work stress. Commute is absolutely a piece of this, so make sure you're counting your commute time. And also don't forget about those nights and weekends, those nights when you're sitting on Slack and helping your team, you know, through stuff, or those weekends where you might take that odd call with a client or your boss or whatever. Those count as well. Again, don't kid yourself here. You are not serving yourself by saying, yeah, I work 40 hours a week, when in reality you're really working 50 or 60. Then you're just hiding from the problem. And if you hide from the problem, you're not going to fix it. So count your work hours. Ideally, 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week. Less is better here. Obviously, that's what we're shooting for. I am not a hustle, grind. You got to do more. You're not working 80-hour weeks yet, and that's why you're not making $200K a year. No, that's not what we're doing here. The goal here is financial freedom and time freedom, to live a life in abundance from a financial standpoint, from a time standpoint, from an emotional standpoint, from a spiritual standpoint, and all of the other standpoints that you want to live a life in abundance from. So that's what you're going to do, and you're going to check in. So if you're meeting those targets, If you have 4 to 5 advocates, if you have 4 to 5 leads, if you're working 40 hours less a week, great. Keep doing what you're doing. Or if you're close to that, just keep doing what you're doing. You'll get there. But keep tracking it too, because there will be kind of ups and downs. But if you're noticing a downslide, then obviously something needs to get fixed. But if you're not there, then go back a step, right? If you're on the job market and you don't have as many quality leads that you're looking for that can actually get you to the end of that finding a job, landing in a hell yes job process, go back a step. You need to network more and take a look at your networking system and work out the kinks and do more of what's working and less of what's not. The same thing if you're on the promotion path or getting a raise path. If you don't have 4 or 5 advocates yet, then you want to make sure you're evangelizing more every day. This is an all-season game, folks. This is not just something that happens during performance appraisal time, during performance review time. And then if you're working more hours than you want to, then take a look at your workflow system. Take a look at your workflow. What are you doing? What can you cut? What can you say no to more often? What can you automate? What can you delegate? What can you eliminate? And keep doing that. So that's what this week is about. It's a system check. How many advocates do I have? How many leads do I have? How many hours am I working? Depending on what your biggest career-related challenge is. And then that's what it is. And then that's how we can then move into the next week, which is optimize. We will take a look at our system. We will take a look at the actions that we're taking and what we're doing and make it even better. But the only way to do that is to have built the system in the first place, which is week 2, and to do that system check and do that analyzing, which is week 3. And so look, power through this. I believe in all of you. I know you could do this. You're here for a reason. And that reason is to upgrade your career in 2019. So go forth and conquer. And if you need help, please reach out. You do not need to do this alone. You know, there's a number of situations why, and a number of reasons why people reach out and book a call with us. It could be that, hey, I need an accountability buddy. Like, I get it, I can do this and I'm doing okay, but I realize that this is a marathon and I am not gonna stay running this marathon. I'm gonna quit. I'm just gonna say, you know, bye guys, unless I have somebody who's holding me accountable every day and consistently. Maybe that's what it is. Or maybe it's, I've tried this in the past and it hasn't worked before. You know, like, I know what you mean, you know, so that's part of it. Like, I've done it in the past and I've tried it and it hasn't worked and I need help figuring out how to make it work for me with my team and my career. Or maybe it's, I get this intellectually. Yeah, I hear the words you're saying, Jen. Yeah, but I need to count my work hours. I need to count my leads. But like, something's blocking you from doing that. Like, you're not doing it. You're just listening, but you're not actually doing it. So there's some block there, then book a call. Let's figure out. These are not rhetorical questions. This is not busy work and let's get to the end. This is it. This is the good stuff. If you're waiting for the good stuff, you're going to be waiting forever. Because if you don't think this is good stuff, then you're missing it. You're entirely missing the point. So this is it. This is how you do it. This is what it looks like. It's not sexy. It's not, there's no secrets here, right? But if there's a secret, you gotta do the work. It can't just be up here intellectually. Yeah, I do. I gotta count my leads. Right, I gotta count my work hours, right? Yeah, sure. Workflow system, of course. And you don't actually do it. So if that's what's happening, book a call with us. Reach out for help. We'll help you through it. And if the idea of all of this is just like, oh my God, I can't even, then book a call with us and we'll talk about it. I promise that as overwhelmed as you might feel or as complicated as your career challenges might feel right now, we have dealt with it. We have helped hundreds of people through the thorniest of career problems in the worst situations imaginable. And we've helped them out of it. So if you need help, reach out, book a call with us, thepeoplestack.com/talk. You'll talk with most likely either me or with Rob, owner of said battle station. we have both, like I said, had experience in coaching technical managers to claim their dream careers. We've done it with hundreds of people. We had that experience. We got your back. And we also have had, both of us have had a life before this as well. I led teams of data analytics geeks as a college professor. So not only was I, sort of building that solid knowledge and the solid skills in the science of people at work, I was also doing it as well. I was a leader in my department, and I claimed that, and I claimed ownership of that. And Rob's been in the technical leadership space since 2001. Worked his way up to VP of engineering. And so we both got your back. Book a call with us, thepeoplestack.com/talk. We'll chat. We'll send you in the right direction. If we think we can help you, we'll talk about that, determine if it's a fit, and then talk about all of the details. If it's not a fit, or for whatever reason, maybe it's not a fit right now, you just need a little bit of clarity. And sometimes the reason that people are on the calls, they just need that quick kick in the butt and that permission to, go do it, venture forth. That expert opinion, that expert saying, you are doing it right, keep doing it. Sometimes that's what happens on the call, and we love that. We serve every single one of the clients that come on the calls with us, serve every single one of them to the best of our ability. We get paid for some of them. And that's how we run this business. That's how we're able to keep doing it. So book a call, thepeoplestack.com/talk. The theme of the week is analyze. How many leads do you have? How many advocates do you have? How many hours are you working per day and per week? If you haven't hit your target, take a hard look at your systems and see what you can tweak. So I'll talk to you again on Friday, more about analyze and the importance of analyzing and really doing that system check. And until then, enjoy the rest of your week. Take care, folks.